They tell you that you're oppressed, that you follow a religion that hasn't progressed, and that cloth you wear on your head is just a symbol of being suppressed. But in reality, it's just a shame that we live in a world where we are so obsessed with our exterior that we've completely forgotten what truly makes us blessed. So if you're surrounded by those who think freedom is about getting undressed, then let me suggest that the so-called liberation they call you to is nothing more than the loss of your self-confidence and respect. When 1 in 4 girls by the time they're 14 are depressed, and when suicides become the #1 killer of youth, it may be time to reassess the twisted standards of this society, like copying what you see on social media so the world is impressed. And I know I can't relate to your struggle, but there's something I want to get off my chest. You see, this disease of feeling worthless because you don't look picture perfect has crept its way into our homes, and none are safe, not the young or the old. But despite this lie you've been sold, there's something you need to know, that no matter what you look like, you're still more valuable than the finest gold. I mean, the next time you're scared of leaving your house without painting your face, worried about what you'll be told, then remember this: your hijab symbolizes everything you're trying to uphold, the virtues that make up who you truly are, like modesty, dignity and respect. And despite everything that people will say, it's your responsibility to teach the world there's no need to put your body on display, that true success has nothing to do with how provocatively you can dress. You see, the hijab is a source of honor given to you by Allah. It's a symbol of your faith and to make it known who you truly are. A woman of piety and not a slave to no society. But more than that, you represent a legacy, a history of strength, courage and the ultimate victory. You represent a long line of women who fought for the ultimate cause. Like Sumayya, a woman who was persecuted because she declared Allah was her only master, who was dragged and tied up in the scorching sun, and as they whipped and beat her, she simply said, "God is one." And as she looked over and saw the tears of her son, her strength never wavered. As Abu Jahl grabbed his spear and taunted her, she smiled in the face of death, knowing that her journey had just begun. For she knew that God is with the courageous, and she showed those tyrants that nothing can break us. Or like Asya, the very wife of the greatest tyrant Pharaoh, the most heartbreaking of stories you'll ever know, who became a Muslim and told him she'd no longer be used for show, knowing that meant she would soon be buried down below. She was a woman who had the ultimate kingdom under her feet, and yet when she found Allah, she knew she was complete. Or Fatima, the daughter of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a woman who would spend her nights praying and her days giving to the poor. And just like her father, she was at the pinnacle of honesty. She was a symbol of modesty, so much so that she requested that after she pass away, for the people not to see the shape of her body. And thus does Allah reward those who embody the virtue of purity and respect for their bodies. Just like Mary, the mother of Prophet Jesus, who was so modest and knew her true worth, and Allah honored her with the most miraculous birth. And yet she still suffered through her life's test, but she never second-guessed the plan of Allah, and Allah called her the chosen one, above all women in eternity. And thus does Allah reward the courageous and the patient. These women gave up everything for what they believed, and for the hope that this legacy will live on, that one day women of faith would symbolize what it really means to be strong. So the next time you wrap that hijab, know that it's not just a piece of cloth, nor is it a fashion statement. Know that you're carrying the stories of these women on your head, and that sacrificing your honor will never get you ahead. Rather, success is seeking Allah's pleasure instead.